Here now we'll have Arushi, Artash, and Vikas Nath talking about their experience with Canadian Space Apps, and their visit to the Canadian Space Agency.
Hi, my name is Artash. Hello, my name is Arushi. A few months ago, we went to the NASA Space Apps, and we each had our individual projects. My project was Drop the Drought, and my project was Yes, I Can. And we are also going to talk about our visit to the Canadian Space Agency. Drop the Drought. So the problem is, climate change is causing more droughts. Droughts are happening for longer duration and are happening where they have not happened before. The science behind our solution is that healthy vegetation will reflect most of the infrared and absorb more visible light, while vegetation that's unhealthy will reflect most of the visible light and absorb more infrared light. The drought will get triggered when the NDVI is less than 70% of the average value. This is Kenya before the drought, so when it's above 70% of the average. And this is Kenya when the drought happens. So we used our Drop the Drought application on Kenya and Uganda. So we got our base map data. And then we layered it with the settlements and the population density. And then we layered it with the NDVI values from the satellite data. This is a simulation that we've made, gathering 7 months of data into a simulation. So here is Kenya, and here is Uganda. You can see how the vegetation is dying in Kenya. So we could predict the drought from January 2017. We could see it would happen, the drought would happen, and it actually did happen. Because we could see from satellite data for 15 years that from up. Now I'm going to tell you about the Yes, I Can project. A few months ago, when we were in the NASA Space Apps Challenge, I heard a Canadian astronaut, Jeremy Hansen, say that if we stop space for 10 minutes, we'll have a big problem. So I thought, what kind of problems will we have? So I went to the reference library and I took a big printout of the RASC image. And then I cut it into lots of pieces. I digitally cut the radar set pieces into pieces, and then I rearranged them to make different shapes and forms. Space makes our phones work. Space makes the GPS work. Space brings together Canada. Space makes us Canadian. Let's celebrate. And now we're going to talk about the visit to the CSA. There's two things that are happening. Visiting the two new astronauts and having a tour around the space agency. We took a train to Carbondale. We took a train and we had our Canadarm with us. When we arrived at the John Chapman Space Center, one Canadarm met the other. When we went inside the hall, Jeremy Hansen and his family welcomed us, and we talked to his children. And then the minister welcomed the two new astronauts, Joshua and Jenny. Joshua has flown 25 different kinds of aircraft. Jenny mentioned that she liked fire, and that's why she became an astronaut. And then it was time for my presentation. I had lots of questions and I answered them. Then we went on the rovers, where we saw all different types of rovers in the room. Automatic rovers, rovers meant to go to the moon, rovers meant to go to Mars. We met Martin, a senior engineering robotics, and we asked lots of questions to him about the rovers. And then we were actually able to go inside the pit with the lunar rover. And then we went up and we got to the Canadarm section, and Matthew Cameron, supervisor of mission control, explained us all the different versions of Canadarm. And you know, Canadarm was actually not meant to do all this. It was only meant to help assemble the space station. But now it's used for a lot of other things, like capturing other vessels from SpaceX, for example. We met Gilles Leclerc, the director of space exploration, and he told us about the new projects coming. And then we were able to see the control center where the Canadarm is controlled. Actually, we found out that the Canadarm is not directly controlled from the control center of the CSA, but the CSA sends the commands to Houston, and then they communicate to the Canadarm, the ISS. And we met Ed Birchenbaugh, who has trained all of the astronauts, including Chris Hadfield. He knew a lot about the Canadarm and has trained them for a very long time. And he said that certain astronauts can use the Canadarm since they can't actually look at it from all different perspectives at the same time. So there's up to 7 cameras on the Canadarm so that astronauts can see where exactly the Canadarm is going, not to bump it against the walls of the ISS. Thanks.
Questions?
Yes. When did you first get your model of your Canadarm?
made the model of the Canadarm around a bit before the time of that we went to the space apps. So we had made this Canadarm. It's quite simple. It's just a tube, and we've connected a thing on the top that can grasp objects. So, like, it was meant that people can put their hands inside the tube and pick up objects.
I saw your arm in the tube.
Do you remember what first made you so interested in this science?
Well, there is some time ago, a few years ago. We joined the RASC membership, and we also started with robotics using an Arduino kit. So slowly we started to get more into astronomy and robotics, and we went to all these hackathons, like the NASA space apps. So yes, we've been participating in the NASA space apps for a long time, and yeah.
Well, thank you very much.